Hello and very good afternoon to all of you. So here today in this video, we are going to discuss about the agriculture current affairs of the month of March. So all the major events in agriculture that has happened in the last month that has been presented here in question answer format with the explanation. So let's begin. Question number one is World Meteorological Day is on which date? That is on 23rd of March. It is the same date on which World Meteorological Organization was established. So therefore, World Meteorological Day is celebrated on this particular date. Uh, Apart from this, the other important dates are International Forest uh, Day, that is 21st March, World Water Day, that is 22nd March. This year, this World Meteorological Day is more important. Okay. World Meteorological Organization's headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. Okay. Next is which among the following is one of the functions of recently inaugurated National Urban Cooperative Finance and Development Corporation Limited. So this particular organization was recently inaugurated by Home Minister Amit Shah, or he is also the Corporation Minister. So this is an umbrella organization of urban cooperative banks. Okay, although it is not directly related with agriculture, but here we are dealing with cooperative banks. So cooperative is one of the major topics in our agriculture syllabus. So, and again, this organization was recently inaugurated. So this question has appeared. Which of the following is the function? Provide refinance and capital support. Yes, this particular organization will provide refinance to the urban cooperative banks which are in difficulties. Okay, function as self-regulatory organization for urban cooperative banks. Okay, this is a self-regulatory organization. This issue regulatory norms to urban cooperative banks, or the principles and the practices that they should follow so that their financial conditions remain healthy and they can impart confidence in their customers. Okay. Next is provide high quality IT infrastructure to UCB. Yes, this is also one of the function of uh, NUCFDC. Okay, so all of the above is correct. Everything about this organization have been discussed here. Most important thing that was there that I have already told you. Okay, so CEO of this is Atul Kirwadkar. Okay, this is a type 2 non-banking finance company. Okay, according to the RBI, this has been registered under type 2 non-banking finance company. Okay, so all other things are self-explanatory. So functions you must read once again. Okay, major are accepting deposits from urban cooperative bank. This is an umbrella organization of UCBs. Different urban cooperative banks in our country have uh, gathered and formed this particular institution. Okay, so that this institution will have a specialization is in everything that our cooperative banks deal with, and this will guide them. Okay, so this is about this particular organization will accept deposits from UCB. It will give finances to UCBs in difficult times. It will give um, technical advices, expert advices, everything. Okay. Apart from this particular organization, National Federation of Urban Cooperative Banks was also established, but this was for the overall promotion of urban cooperative banks. Okay. And headquarter of this is New Delhi. Here, the headquarter of National Urban Cooperative Finance and Development Corporation is also in New Delhi. Okay. So that's all. Next question. Recently, Institute of Advanced Study in Science and Technology has developed a eco-friendly wood dressing material that is made up of banana fiber. Okay, the rest you can read. This is not that important. Yes, this is important. Recently, a new form of life named obelisk has been identified by Stanford University from the samples taken from human gut and human mouth. And this particular organism is a link between virus and virions. Okay, so this is more similar to virus according to the question, not similar to fungus, bacteria, and plants. So let's study about this a little bit more. So these obelisk has RNA genomes. Okay, they are virus-like entities, but they are slightly different from viruses because they don't have a protein code in them. First, let us study what are viruses. Okay, viruses are the living creatures which cannot replicate on their own. Okay, they need a host for their replication. Okay, they have a genetic material that is made up of DNA and RNA, and that genetic material is protected with a protein coat. Okay, and in some of the viruses, there is a envelope of lipid also. Okay, this is about virus. What are virions? Virions are, sorry, virioids. Virions are virus particle. Okay, what are virioids? Virioids are small. They have a small single stranded RNA genome, but they don't have a protein code. Okay, viruses have a protein code, but virioids don't have a protein code. Apart from that, the RNA that they have, that the genetic material that is present in virioids, that genetic material do not encode for any kind of protein. Okay, maybe they may be encoding, but till now we have not discovered that they encode for any protein. Okay, so this particular newly discovered organism, that is obelisk. Okay, this is similar to the virus. Why? Because their RNA genome contains some uh, genes. They encode for some protein. Okay, the name of the protein is obelin. Okay, that is the similarity with the virus. It means that their genome encodes for protein, but virioids genome don't encode for protein. What is similar to the virioids in them is that they don't have a protein code. Okay, they are simply the genetic material. They just have genetic material, and that genetic material is not protected by any protein code. Okay, so the obelisks come in between virus and virions. Okay, okay. Let's move on to the next question. Headquarter of National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development is in, that's in Mumbai. Okay, why this question? Because a review of this particular financing institution was recently done by Finance Minister. Okay, and this was established in recently only in 2021 by an act of parliament. It means that it is a statutory body. Okay, that is not directly linked with agriculture, but here there are 5 all India financial institutions, out of which NABARD is one of the all India financial institutions. So that's why I have included this topic. Okay. Apart from this, National Housing Bank, Small Industries Development Bank of India, Export Import Bank of India, National Bank for Finance of Infrastructure and Development. All these are all India financial institutions. Okay. Their headquarter and is given here. You can remember the headquarter. And often National Housing Bank and SIDB and Exim Banks, their headquarter is often asked, examination, as well as their establishment year is also asked. Okay. So here I have only given you the headquarter. You can remember that. Who has recently released a report titled The Unjust Climate? Okay, FAO have released the report. Yes, FAO was established in the year 1945 on 16th October. And on the same date, World Food Day is observed. Okay, FAO establishment day and World Food Day, same date. World Meteorological Organization establishment date and World Meteorological Day, same date. ICR Day and Agriculture Innovation Day, same date. Okay, so you can remember like that. And these are the flagship publications of FAO I have given here. In the last PDF also I had given you this. Okay, you can remember that. You must have read it. Okay. Next is E-Kisan Upaj Nidhi. This is a new online system that has been launched by Central Warehousing Corporation. Sorry, not Central Warehousing Corporation. That is Warehousing Development and Regulatory Authority. Okay. On this portal, the farmer can just log in and find out where are the warehouses located and what are the charges there. Okay, these all things will become very transparent. Okay, so the C is the correct answer for this question. For what purpose this has been done? So because E-Kisan Upaj Nidhi, the name of this particular portal do not reflect the storage segment. Okay, so that's why I have asked this question. So this is linked with the storage. Okay, and launched by Warehouse Development and Regulatory Authority. Okay. Okay. This is very important. Pusa Krishi Vigyan Mela was organized in which state? That is Jharkhand. Usually Pusa Krishi Vigyan Mela is organized in Delhi within the campus of IARI, New Delhi. But this time it was organized in Jharkhand. Okay. Why this happened? Because of the farmers' protest. Okay. At the time, the farmers were protesting, so therefore the location was shifted to Jharkhand. And Jharkhand election were also there. No, not election. Something was happening there. Okay, so Pusa Krishi Vigyan Mela was organized from 10 to 12th March Where? In Simdega district of Jharkhand. Okay, first time organized in Jharkhand. So therefore, it is very important. The theme of the Mela was Agri Entrepreneurship, Prosperous Farmers. Next, this question is also very important. National Dairy Mela was organized in which state? That is also Jharkhand. Okay, something was happening in Jharkhand at that time. Some political event was taking place. So that's why they shifted this. Okay. Usually, National Dairy Mela is held in Karnal, where National Dairy Research Institute is located. But this time in Jharkhand, in Chaibasa district. Okay. Okay. Recently, Agriculture Integrated Command and Control Center has been established in which city? That is in Delhi, within the Ministry of Farmers and Agriculture Welfare. वहीं पे ये start established किया गया है. So this is a very important development for your examination point of view. What is about agriculture integrated command and control center? It is all about technology. Whatever information that can be availed through government departments, any of the government department, whether ISRO, weather data, or from Aadhaar card, and different schemes of the government, and from MSP data. So all the data that can be available, that can be useful for the farmer and for this department. This particular Agriculture Integrated Command and Control Center will take use of all those data, analyze those data, and give an overview to the government officials to launch new initiatives which can be more effective. Apart from that, this will also help to give a customized advice to the farmers. Okay, government runs many advisory centers, consultancy centers, from where the farmers can call and ask for the remedies that about the problem that they are facing in the field. Okay, so all those advices, when the rain will appear, which crop they should grow, which type of insurance they should take, what are the government initiatives for which they are eligible and they will be benefited, all the customized information, they can be communicated to the farmers, okay, in a better way. So for this Agriculture Integrated Command Center, Command and Control Center has been established within the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay, this will use information communication technology as well as artificial intelligence. Okay, so this is all has been written here. Okay, you can go through this in a very simple language I have written here. Next is National Horticulture Fair was organized in which city? So this was not organized in Jharkhand. This was in Bangalore, as it is, because in there was no farmers' protest. No. So National Horticulture Fair was organized in Bangalore within Indian Institute of Horticulture Research. Okay, the theme was Next Gen Technology Led Horticulture for Sustainable Development. Okay, key highlights were there. So there was a variety which named Arca Nihira. It's a hybrid of chili. Okay, so this variety's name you must remember. Another variety that was in news, that was Arca Bringraj. So from the name itself, it is clear that it is a variety of Bringraj. Okay, it is a highly vigorous and erect plant. The entire plant of Bringraj is used for medicinal or for hair purpose. Okay, Bringraj is an Ayurvedic plant which is used for many different medicinal uses. Okay, I have given you some of the uses of this. This is also called false daisy. Okay, the leaves are mixed with heat and heated with the carrier oil to produce Bringraj oil for promotion of hair growth, as well as there is a compound that is known as vedololactone. Okay, the concentration of this compound in this particular plant determines its medicinal properties. So this Arca Bringraj have high vedololactone content, that is 0.5 to 0.6%. Okay. Next is India's first National Dolphin Research Center has been set up in Patna. Okay, not directly linked unless you are preparing for BPSC examination. Okay. Next, recently National Speed Breeding Crop Facility was inaugurated at NABI, National Agri-Food Biotechnology Institute, Mohali. Speed breeding reduces time required for development of new varieties by reducing generation time of crop, rapid development of filial generations through micropropagation, or rapid selection of desired plant using genome mapping. All of those, which is correct? The correct answer is reducing generation time of the crop. Okay, so in this question, two things are very important. One is you must be aware of the concept of speed breeding. What is speed breeding? Next is you must be aware of the National Agri-Food Biotechnology Institute's location, that is in Mohali. Okay. So what is speed breeding? You know, during normal breeding, we must raise 8 to 10 generations of the plant, and you know that the plants grow in only certain specified environmental conditions. Suppose you are developing a variety for rice. Okay, rice is a kharif crop. In every kharif season you have to grow that. Okay, so we need 8 to 10 generations. So which means that 8 to 10 year for development of new varieties, and for development of certified varieties it will take almost 12 years. Okay, so this speed breeding, what it does, it reduces the generation time of the crop. It means that suppose a variety is taking 100 days for the maturity. Okay, by modifying the microclimate around the plant, speed breeding reduces the generation time from vegetative to reproductive phase. That transition it reduces. Okay, from 100 days it will bring down to 60 days, 70 days. So like that, uh, almost 4 to 6 generation of plants can be grown in a single year. Okay, so entire speed breeding practice is done in a controlled environment. So here in the controlled environment, there is no need for any, means there is no seasonal variation. So through the entire year, you can cultivate the same crop. Okay, and that too in modified environmental conditions, you can reduce the generation time of the crop also. So more number of generations can be grown in a single year. Approximately 6 generations can be grown in a single year. So by doing this, we are reducing the time required for breeding. So this is a very talked about concepts these days. So I've given you the explanation here. You can go through this. Most important thing I have already told you. Okay. Next is Lakpati Didi program. How many Lakpati Didis will be created by 2025-26? That is correct answer is 3 crore. Okay. So Lakpati Didis, who are Lakpati Didis? These are the members of self-help groups who earn more than 1 lakh rupees per year in a through a sustainable livelihood practice. Sustainable livelihood practice means that they are uh, engaged in a profession which will give them the required income, that is 1 lakh rupees per year for a longer duration. Okay. So these Lakpati Didis will be made uh, through different initiatives of the government, through self-help group, bank linkage program, or through day NRLM scheme. Okay. So this question has appeared. By this question, because recently State Bank of India has released a report on the success of self-help group bank linkage program. Okay. Within the report, it said that there are 8.5 million self-help group in India, and 88% of them are women self-help group. Okay. And totally around 92.1 million members has been mobilized into self-help group. So these numbers you must remember. Okay. These are very important statistics. Okay. This thing, and this one. Okay, you must remember. Okay. So all these reports, the report says that there is a decrease in NPA by self-help groups. There is increase in income. Okay. And there is increase in the number of Lakpati Didis. Okay, Lakpati Didis program was launched in 2023. Okay. Implemented by Ministry of Rural Development as part of DAY NRLM. Okay, DAY NRLM, National Rural Livelihood Mission, is a very important scheme of the government. You must read this scheme in very detail if you are preparing for NABARD examination. Okay, even if you are preparing for AFO or any other examination, this is a must talked about scheme world over. Okay, the largest poverty alleviation program in the world. Okay, so you must read about this scheme. Okay? So here under the Day NRLM, Lakpati Didis will be created. Day NRLM is all about creating self-help group and linking them to bank. Okay, it is a modified version of, in a sense, we can say a self-help group bank linkage program. Okay, link them with bank and give them a subsidized loan. Okay, this is all about this scheme. So apart from that, revolving capital is also given by the government. Okay, all these things you must be aware of. So total 3 crore Lakpati Didis will be created by 2025-26. Right now, we have 1.4 crore Lakpati Didis. Highest number of Lakpati Didi is in Bihar. This data is true till 31st March 2024. And this keeps on changing. Okay, next month, maybe Madhya Pradesh will be at the top, or Andhra Pradesh will be at the top. Okay, so right now it's Bihar. Okay. Self-help group bank linkage program was started as a pilot project in 1989 and it was formalized in 1995 and it is a brainchild of NABARD. Okay. What is India's rank in Human Development Index? That is 134. Okay. Human Development Index is released by United Nations Development Program. Okay. The topmost country is Switzerland. Apart from remembering the rank, you must also remember the scope. Okay. And you must also remember the parameters on which this ranking is decided. That is life expectancy at birth, expected years of schooling, mean year of schooling, and gross national income. Okay, these are the parameters on which it is determined. Let's talk about India's performance. India's performance was very bad. That is 134 out of 193 countries. Ranking was very bad. SDI score was 0.644. This particular HDI score comes under medium human development. Gender inequality index, this is also part of this index. Okay, here India's rank is 108 out of 166 countries, and both these index, India is at the bottom. GII score for India is 0.437. So gender inequality index ranking is also very important. Okay, especially in case of NABARD examination or your PCS examination. Okay, in your AFO examination, ranking for Human Development Index is important. They may ask this. Okay. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development recently announced the plans to launch a fund to support pre-seeded investment in untested areas in agriculture sector. Okay, what is the proposed corpus of the fund? So this fund has not been launched yet, but the chairman of NABARD has announced about this. Okay, and they said that he said that he is going to the NABARD is going to launch this fund very soon. Okay, so the corpus of the fund was also announced. That is 750 crore. So this particular fund will be to support the new ideas in agriculture, okay, which has not been tested yet. The news is that two types of funds will be soon launched by NABARD. One is of 1,000 crore, that is to support the technology-driven agriculture startups. Okay, so here the technology is already tested. Okay, it is available all over the world, but here in India it is happening for means some startups are doing that. To support them, this particular 1,000 crore fund will be established, and this 750 crore fund will be to support pre-seeded investment, okay, or untested ideas. Okay, so both these funds will be based on blended finance concept. It means that government as well as private sector and philanthropist, all of them will invest in this fund. Okay, agriculture and climate change, these are the sectors where generally private institutions don't invest because there is less chance of return from them. But to promote these private institutions to invest in these kind of things, there is an instrument known as blended finance. Okay, here the terms and conditions are such that the possibility of profit is increased. So therefore, the private investments also takes place here. So this will be these two funds will be based on the concept of blended finance, where the government will also invest as well as the private players will also invest. Okay. Anyway, when the funds will be launched, the entire structure of that fund will be made very clear. Okay. Next question. India's first integrated oil palm processing unit. Not important. You can read this. That's in Arunachal Pradesh. What is important here is that the production rate of oil seeds, oil here. Okay. India is the second largest consumer and the largest importer. 59% of the total edible oil is imported. Okay, all these things I have given you the same data in the previous on in the current affair of February also. The same data I have copied here. You can read this. You must always be familiar with these data, oilseeds and pulses data. Okay. World Meteorological Organization is situated in just now I have told you know it is in Geneva, Switzerland. Why in news? WMO has released a report named State of Global Climate. Okay, so question might be like that also, like which organization has released the report titled State of Global Climate? Okay. Next is Kalpana Suvarna, the variety of coconut. Oh, sorry, Kalpa Suvarna. From the name itself, Kalpa. Kalpa which we call coconut, the coconut, we call them Kalpa wrich also. So here the variety is, correct answer is C. Apart from that, Center Plantation Crop Research Institute also released a variety of cocoa, that is VTLCH1, VTLCH2. CPCRA is located in Kasaragod, Kerala. Biochar. Which of the following statement about biochar is true? It is high porous structure. It is high CN ratio. It helps in carbon sequestration. All are true. First of all, let us understand what is biochar. This was in news because ICRISAT recently introduced a cost-effective method of production of biochar at field level, at farmers' field level. Okay. So what is biochar and why ICRISAT is doing this, all the research on this? Uh, Biochar is basically the biomass which has been kept at high temperature and in a limited supply of oxygen. Okay, if you treat the biomass like this, you will get a coal-like structure. So because there is less oxygen is there, high temperature is there, it means that uh, the carbon that is present in the biomass that will not be burned into CO2. Okay, but it will be captured in the biomass itself. Okay, and because of higher temperature, the organic carbon and all other organic material that is present in biochar, they will be they will take a form in which it will be very difficult for the microorganisms to attack on this biochar and decompose them. So in a way, the CO2 that would have been released into the atmosphere after burning the biomass. Okay, 50% of the what we produce in our field, 50% is grain, approximately less than 50% is grain, and around 60% is the straw that we have. If you use that straw, either you burn the straw, CO2 will be released, there will be global warming. If you feed that straw to the animals, animal will respire, eat those, and they will that carbon will be transferred to the animal, and later on animals will die, and they will be the carbon within that animal that will be decomposed by the microorganism, and CO2 will be released. So the best way to preserve the carbon or stop the carbon to enter into the atmosphere is to convert that particular biomass in a undecomposable form. So biochar is one such form of biomass. It is created by putting the biomass at high temperature and in a limited supply of oxygen. The property of the biochar is that it has high porous structure, high surface area, and high CN ratio. You know, you must have studied about the CN ratio in your soil science. So higher the CN ratio, lesser is the decomposition. Because of high CN ratio, because here the carbon was not burnt or not combined with oxygen to form CO2. So carbon is present in higher content. So high CN ratio is there. So this particular biochar is less prone to decomposition. Okay. It has high porous structure. Okay. All these properties make it very suitable to be applied in the agriculture fields. If you apply these biochar in the field, because of high porous structure, the overall porosity of the soil will increase and the overall water retention quality of the property of the soil will increase. Apart from that, biochar also helps in reducing the pH of the soil, or sorry, increasing the pH or reducing the acidity of the soil. Apart from that, because of high porous structure, nutrients that are present in the soil or the whatever nutrient that we apply into the soil this biochar will help to preserve those nutrients. Okay, you know that when we apply nitrate in the soil, they are lost in the leaching. Okay, but when biochar is present in your field, we apply nitrogen, the nitrogen or the nitrate will go and sit in the large number of pores present in biochar. So they will also be prevented from leaching and also further decomposition. Okay, so all these are the uh, uh, possible benefits from biochar. Also, therefore, application of biochar has been considered useful in agriculture, not only from the point of view of improving the soil quality, but also it helps in carbon sequestration. Carbon sequestration is uh, either storing the already present carbon in the atmosphere or preventing the carbon that would be released into the atmosphere. So here biochar helps in sequestration by preventing the carbon to be released into the atmosphere. Okay. Although the biochar will be decomposed in thousands of years, but here in presently it will uh, do carbon sequestration. Okay. Next is which insurance company has been designated as domestic systemically important insurance. All of the above is the answer. Okay. Every year, uh, RBI announces domestically systematically important banks, and the Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India announces domestic systemically important insurers. Okay, so the reason behind announcing them is that is to focus or to ensure that these are the banks or these are the insurance companies which are very crucial for the banking sector or insurance sector, or if they fail, it will have far-reaching impacts on our economy. Okay, so government, so these are the very large institutions, trustworthy institutions, they will not fail. And even if there is chances that they are going to fail in this year, government will not let them fail. Okay, so this is the idea behind this domestic systemically important banks or insurance. So here, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India had said that Life Insurance Corporation, General Insurance Corporation, and New India Assurance. These are the domestic DSIIs. Okay. Next, consider the following symptoms in pig: huddling, loss of appetite, weakness, conjunctivitis. Okay, these are the symptoms of what? Classical swine fever. Classical swine fever was recently in news, and because Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, transferred the vaccine technology to a pharma company. Okay, so this vaccine was developed through recombinant vector technology. Okay, Assam Agriculture University and IIT Guwahati, both of them together helped to develop this technology for this particular classical swine fever vaccine. What is classical swine fever? All this is given here. Symptoms are there, but it's a very deadly disease of pigs. You must have read this in your animal husbandry also. Apart from this, then there are other diseases of pigs I have mentioned here. MMA is one of the most important diseases. You can go through this, or you must have read this in your animal husbandry. Next is which Indian milk cooperative brand has recently become first to sell fresh milk outside India? That is Amol. Okay. Consider the following symptoms and identify the poultry disease. Birds stop egg production, soft-shelled egg, little or no mobility, swelling in feather-free a part of the head, difficulty breathing, and death within 48 hours. Which is that disease? That is bird flu. Okay, that is H5N1 bird flu. This was recently in news because in USA there has been a lot of cases of bird flu that have transferred to human, and there was human death also. Although H5N1 and other highly uh, what we call them highly infectious viruses are capable of transmitting to human. Okay, so but this was in news, so that's why I put this question. So avian influenza uh, is caused by influenza A virus and of the family Orthomyxoviridae. Okay, so the type of virus which
chicken, cow, which are at which cause high risk in the animal, and they have high transmittability. They are called highly pathogenic avian influenza, that is HPAI. So H5N1 and H5N6 both are the examples of HPAI influenza A viruses. Okay, there has been cases of infection to human also, and there has been death also. But these incidences were sporadic in nature. Okay, it was not like foreign. First, H5N1 was reported in China. These things need not to remember. Symptoms you have to understand. Okay, these are the symptoms. Which state has the highest wage rate for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme workers? Which state recently government has revised the wage rate in Narega? So here, Haryana has the highest wage rate. Okay, Narega Act was passed in 2005 and it came into force from 2nd February 2006. Okay. According to this, 100 days of work is given to all the adult rural household members who opt to work under this scheme. And if they don't get work within 15 days of their application, they will get unemployment allowances. More important aspect here is who decides the wage rate. Okay. So the wage rate is decided by Government of India. Okay. Government of India can decide wage rate on in two ways. First is according to the minimum wage rate that is applicable in the particular state. According to that, Government of India will decide. But initially they have done this after 2005, but since 2014, I think, or 9 or 10, they revised this and they said that now Government of India will use this principle, Consumer Price Index of agricultural labors, to decide the wage rate. So in different states, there is different consumer price index for agricultural laborers. So there is different wage rate in different states, and that is announced by the government. This is the present condition, but this has been criticized by many economists and as well as social workers. Okay, but let us see what government takes, what are the steps that government will take to further rectify the grievances. So currently it is based on the consumer price index of agricultural laborers. Next is what is the subsidy given to women SHGs for purchase of drone for agriculture purpose? Subsidy is 80% of the total subsidy. Why this is in news? Because recently Prime Minister participated in Shashakt Nari Viksit Bharat program in New Delhi. During that program, the beneficiaries of Namo Drone Didi scheme, okay, he met with them and he also witnessed the drone that they were those beneficiaries they drone. Okay, so more important here is the scheme drones to women self-help group or Namo Drone Didi. So this scheme was already explained by me in the previous PDF also. You can go through this. This was launched in 2003 itself, 23 itself. Total 15,000 women FHGs will be selected and they will be given a drone at subsidized rate. Total subsidy will be 80% and the rest 20% they will get at the interest subvention of 3%. Okay, from the loan, by loan. Okay, if they opt to take loan. If they don't opt to take loan, then they can just get the drone at 80% subsidy. That is 20% of the cost. Okay, apart from the helping them to purchase drone, the scheme also specify that the women SHG members will also be trained in flying of those drone and for repair of those drone. Okay, there will be 15 days training. Everything has been explained. You can go through this once. You will be very clear. As per Krishi Sakhi Convergence Program, how many Krishi Sakhi will be trained as para extension workers? That is 70,000. Krishi Sakhi are again created under the NRLM. Okay, they are basically trained in agriculture sector. Till now, they were trained in organic farming and all those, so that they can go to their respective SHG group members and other farmers in their village and tell them the benefit of this. But now the Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Rural Development, okay, Ministry of Rural Development is implementing NRLM now. So they are basically involved in creation of fisheries cities. But these two ministries, agriculture and rural development, have collaborated, and they said that no, now we will train them in the entire agriculture scenario, and we will make them para extension workers, okay, and develop them as a link between KVKs, institutions, and farmers, okay. So overall, 70,000 such women will be trained in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare and the Ministry of Rural Development. Okay. How many soil labs will be set up under school soil health program? So overall, 1,000 soil labs will be selected or developed, and that will be developed by Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare with the help of NABARD. The main aim is to educate the student for soil testing and inculcate in them the sense of responsibility towards the environment and everything. Okay, and here these 1,000 soil labs will be set up in Kendriya Vidyalayas, Navodaya Vidyalayas, and recently added Eklavya model schools. Okay. Okay, next is Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation was established in year, that is in 1973. Why this question? Because recently it has completed 50 years and Prime Minister had attended the Golden Jubilee celebration. You know, Gujarat Cooperative Milk Federation owns the brand name Amul. Sorry, this is not Anand, this is Amul. Sorry, headquarter is in Anand. It owns the brand Amul. Okay, Amul and Sagar, both the brands. Okay, this Amul is a cooperative union in Khera district in Gujarat. Let's study about the origin of Amul and this Gujarat Cooperative Milk Federation. You know, the Amul was established in 1946 because to resist the exploitation done by Paulson company. Okay, this company was responsible for procuring milk from the farmers in Gujarat, that particular in Khera district, and transferring that milk to Bombay. Okay, but the problem was that it was the company was giving very low price for the milk. So the farmers decided that they will form their own cooperative. So they approached Sri Bhuvan Das, who later on approached Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who sent Morarji Desai to organize the farmers or the milk farmers to form a cooperative. Okay, and he did that, and later on, Khera District Cooperative was established, and many such cooperatives were established in nearby villages, and finally, Amul was established. Okay. So this later on, this cooperative movement took pace, and cooperatives were established in all the districts of Gujarat, and finally, Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation was established. Okay, and that milk federation, that Amul, that Khera District Milk Cooperative, given the marketing rights of Amul brand to that particular Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation. It is the apex marketing body of all the cooperatives in Gujarat. Okay, milk cooperatives. Okay. So names H.N. Dayala, Varghese Kurian, you must be knowing. I have explained these things here. You can go through this. Milk production data has also been given here. India is the highest milk producer. Around 1/4 of the total milk production of the world is from India. Uttar Pradesh in India produces the highest milk. WTO agreement on fisheries subsidy prohibits subsidy given for illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing, fishing of overfished stock, or fishing on unregulated high seas. All of the above is true. Why? Because recently 13th Ministerial Conference of WTO was organized, and in that conference there were discussion on the agreement on fisheries subsidy as well as agreement on agricultural subsidies also. One more very important point from this 13th Ministerial Conference was that 2 new countries were added to WTO, and now its membership is 166. Earlier it was 164. So this agreement on fisheries subsidy is to prohibit the subsidy given by the government for illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, as well as fishing for in the overfished areas and fishing on the unregulated high sea. Unregulated high sea means the area that is beyond 200 nautical miles from the coast. Okay, suppose our coastal area, from our coastal area, you take 200 nautical miles more, that is within the control of our country, that is India. Beyond that, that is international water. Okay, anybody can travel there. So in that area, if you do the fishing, that subsidy has also been prohibited here. Most of the country, around 70 countries have agreed, but India have not agreed. Point is that they said that subsidy is essential for us. Okay, the same argument that is given for the agriculture subsidy also. India said that subsidy is essential for our farmer. It is our farmers are not big businessmen. No? They are doing this for subsistence and all those things. And one more thing here is that they said that the developing countries will get 2-year extension to implement this. But India says that at least 25 years extension must be given, because illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing has been done by the developed countries from long ago. Okay, and because of them only, this condition or this deteriorating fish condition in our ocean has taken place. So they have the primary responsibility to curb that. Okay, we are doing that for the subsistence. Okay, so we need not to do that. At least give us 25 years more time. So this is all India is saying. The point is that you must be aware that there is an agreement, discussion on agreement going on in WTO. Okay, and mostly around 70 countries have signed. So apart from that, there is an agreement called Agreement on Agriculture also, that was also discussed. Agreement on Agriculture also says that everybody has to reduce the umber box subsidies. Umber box subsidies are all those subsidies that will reduce the price of agricultural commodities. Okay. All our MSP scheme, PM Kisan, all comes under umber box subsidies. So India is resisting that, saying that we are not doing this for business and all those. You have developed countries have been giving subsidies from long ago, and it is their primary responsibility and all those things. You can read this. This has been given in very simple language. Once you will read, you will understand. Last question: who is considered as grandfather of behavioral economics? That is Daniel Kahneman. Okay, he was an Israeli American. He died recently. He was a Nobel laureate. He was awarded Nobel Prize in 2002. Nobel Memorial Prize, okay, for economics. So he's also known as grandfather of behavioral economics. He has linked psychology with economics. Okay, he said that during the decision making under risk differs from the classical economics. If you study the behavioral economics, he says that the pain of losing something is twice than that of the pleasure of gaining the same thing. Okay, so he linked economics with psychology, and this was appreciated world over. So therefore, he is called grandfather of behavioral economics, and later on, the more study on this subject was carried out by different scientists. Oh, so the father of behavioral economics is Richard Taylor, and father of economics is Adam Smith. Okay, this is important. This is also important because he has died recently. Okay, so that's all about the current affairs, agriculture current affairs of the month of March. You can also join us on our Telegram group through this and participate in the daily quiz that we are doing. So that's all from my side. I hope that I have been able to make you understand about this. The rest you can read and download this PDF. Thank you very much.